morning, baseball fans. Welcome here to Lions Field in Waconia. Second round State Class C amateur baseball tournament action for you here on PrepSpotlight.tv. This morning's first of 4 games here from Lions Field will feature the Austin Greyhounds taking on the St. Patrick Irish. St. Patrick comes in here as a top seed in this tournament. All of the winners of the regions received a bye into the second round, so it's St. Patrick who awaited the winner of Austin and Paynesville, and Austin came away with a big win over Austin in that first game. They got an excellent pitching performance from a combined 3 pitchers. Brady Schrader closed things out in a 5-1 victory for Austin. Big game for Nelson, who started the game as the pitcher, pitched 2 innings, but he went 3 for 4, picked up a couple of RBIs in that game. Good game at the top of the order from Alex Ciola. He scored 3 runs, going 1 for 2 on the day, and then they got a big 2 RBI double from Miguel Castro, their first baseman, to help secure a first-round victory in a date here with St. Patrick in this second round. So as mentioned, a number of games expected to be played here today. I know the weather looks a little dicey later on this afternoon into the evening, but for our first game here, that beautiful weather. Once again, the wind is blowing pretty good. Last weekend for the games here, the wind was blowing very strong in from center field, so difficult for balls to get out into the gap and out into the deeper part of the park. Today it looks like the wind is blowing out to left field, kind of swirling maybe even out towards center. So should help carry any balls out towards that left field fence out there. And our public address announcer is welcoming the fans and letting them know the schedule for the day. As you can see, the umpires, the managers, and a representative from the Minnesota Baseball Association are meeting out there at home plate, going over the ground rules here. Lots of foul ball room here at Lions Field in Waconia, especially down the lines and then behind home plate. A lot of room back behind home plate. So any pass balls or wild pitches that go to the backstop will normally allow that runner to move up at least 1 base, as you're not going to get many plays at the plate.
Ladies and gentlemen,
and so the public address announcer will bring you the
for the visitors on the
starting lineups and the reserves. So we'll meet the Greyhounds first, and then St. Patrick will turn it over to public address announcer Chris Hall.
Andrew Schumacher. Number 12, Jack Danker. Number 33, Angel Santiago. Draftees. Number 21, Brady Schroeder from Red Wings. Number 22, Ben Gunai from Red Wings. Number 32, Andrew Kemper from Hastings. Here is your starting lineup. Leading on to the left field, number 44, Alex Ciola. Batting second, and at second, number 9, Miguel Castro. Leading catching, number 8, Nestor Jimenez. With the DH is number 42, Mark Harper. At third base, number 34, Josh Molina. At first base, number 3, Nels Nelson. In right field, number 6, Eric Torres. At shortstop, number 5, Anthony Ciola. In center field, number 22, Isaac Schumacher. And doing the pitching for the Greyhounds, number 52, Jan Carlos Hill. Your Austin Greyhounds. Here are your reserves. So the home team on the scoreboard, the St. Patrick Irish. Number 1, lineman. Number 18, Kevin Hexa. Number 19, Zach Sawyer. Number 20, Trevor Kavinsky. Number 25, Blake Woodson. Number 27, Joe Wires. Number 30, Ben Taxtall. Number 28, Philip Garcia. Track teams from Fire Lake, number 5, Luke Weber. From Faribault, number 29, Nate Ross. And from Lonsdale, number 34, Phil Tisdale. Leading it out for your Irish at shortstop, number 11, Jake Regis. At second base, number 3, Cal Gromer. At first base, number 7, Seth Ambrose. At third base, number 21, Ryan Regis. In right field, number 5, Zach Endress. In center field, number 2, Kyle Rodas. Leading pitching is number 10, Matt Ambrose. Your designated hitter is number 24, Don DeLuca. In left field, number 8, Jace Westman. And on the hill for the Irish, number 6, Colin Dane. Your St. Patrick Irish.
All right, there you have your starting lineups for the game this afternoon. And we will have those lineups for you, and we'll have first pitch here after we have the singing of our national anthem.
Please welcome the Lions Field National Recording Artist, Luke LeBlanc.
Luke LeBlanc, national recording artist, who will bring us our national anthem.
Luke's ear-friendly, intrinsic music marks him as a stand-up talent. Now, if everybody would please place the flag in right field as Luke will sing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, their bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
One ball, ladies and gentlemen, Luke LeBlanc.
All right, nice rendition there by Luke LeBlanc of our national anthem, and our public address announcer Chris Holm has made the announcement, play ball. And we will have the Austin Greyhounds leading things off here, and we'll have their lineup for you after this timeout on PrepSpotlight.tv.
Amateur baseball is one of Minnesota's great sporting traditions. The state tournament brings together hundreds of communities in late summer at great ballparks all around the state. Coverage of every game can be found on PrepSpotlight.tv. PrepSpotlight.tv's coverage of today's state tournament game is made possible by the Minnesota Baseball Association, and also with help from the Minnesota Twins. Celebrate Townball with the Twins on September 11th. Visit twinsbaseball.com/townball for details. Now let's get to the ballpark.
we are ready to go. Colin Dank, starting pitcher for St. Patrick today, the 21-year-old out of Mankato State, Minnesota State Mankato, if you will. He will face the Austin Greyhounds, who will work their way into this second round by defeating Painesville in the opening round game here at Waconia. And a long day of baseball last Sunday. And now they are ready to take on the top seed from their Region 3, the St. Patrick Irish. Many Irish fans here today proudly wearing t-shirts that show that St. Patrick's been in the state tournament now for 4 straight years. And once again, they come here as the top seed out of Region 3, and Dank will face Alex Ciola, Miguel Castro, and Nestor Jimenez, and the first pitch is right in there for a called strike. 10:59 they announce as our first pitch. They want to get these games in today as best they can. Another fastball from Dank on the outside corner. So working ahead here of Ciola. No balls and 2 strikes. Swinging a chopper, just got a piece of it, fouled it back to the screen behind us. Ciola walked his first 2 plate appearances back in that game against Painesville and was hit by a pitch in his third. So good job as a leadoff hitter here. Working that pitcher, letting those teammates get a look at Colin Dank on the mound. His pitch misses off the outside corner. Now Dank goes off speed and misses that one outside as well. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Dank's already seen 5 pitches here in this first at bat. So doing a good job as a leadoff hitter, but goes after a pitch up in the zone and can't catch up with it. So the first out of the game is recorded, and it is a strikeout by Dank, the big right-hander, into Lakeville North High School. So does his pitching during the season for Minnesota State Mankato, and he'll face Miguel Castro. Starts him off with a curveball that Castro lifts foul off to the right, not a play. So as he did with Ciola, it's strike 1 by Colin Dank to the number 2 hitter, Miguel Castro. Curveball again is sliced foul down that right field line. So second consecutive batter to fall behind, no balls and 2 strikes to the right-hander, Colin Dank. Just underway here from Lions Field in Waconia. A little overcast is the sky. No threat of rain at this point. And a call, strike 3 on the outside corner. No argument from Castro there. So after 2 breaking balls, he set Castro up for that fastball on the outside corner. And our home plate umpire rose up and punched out Castro. So the first 2 outs of the game are recorded via the strikeout for Colin Dank, trying to get the St. Patrick Irish into that dugout. And now there's one on the inside corner for a strike. So Dank doing a good job of working inside, outside here, catching those corners. And a ground ball, second base. That's going to be gobbled up by Bromer. He'll toss it over to Kyle Rodas at first, and it's a quick and easy 1-2-3 inning for Dank and the St. Patrick Irish, and they'll see if they can't get something going in their half of the first inning, and we'll be back with it for you after this timeout on PrepSpotlight.tv.
All summer long, you have gathered with friends, neighbors, and family at ball yards all across Minnesota.
Still going, gone! A home run!
Diamonds that decorate and help define hundreds of communities. Town Ball binds together our passion for baseball in our hometowns. And on September 11th, the cornerstone of Minnesota baseball, Target Field, will host a party for all those who play, watch, and support Town Ball. The Twins host the Royals at 6:10 p.m. Prior to the game, the newly crowned state amateur champs will be honored at the Town Ball Tavern and during a pregame ceremony. Wear your team colors and enjoy a special night at Target Field.
The 0-2 pitch. Strike 3! Fairmont, state champions in 2020.
Congratulations to the Fairmont Martins. They are your 2020
For tickets to the Twins' Tip of the Cap to Town Ball on September 11th, visit twinsbaseball.com/townball.
All right, back here at Lions Field in Waconia, bottom half of the first inning. As Colin Dank set down the Greyhounds in order, and it'll be Jan Carlos Gill, the left-hander, getting the start for Austin here, and he'll face Jack Fregis, Cal Bromer, and Seth Ambrose, the top three hitters in the order for St. Patrick. The rest of the order for Austin: Mark Habers, the designated hitter, bats fourth. Josh Molina bats fifth, plays third base. Nelson Nelson plays first, bats sixth. Eric Torres, the shortstop, or right fielder, bats seventh. Anthony Ciola, the shortstop, bats eighth. And Isaac Schumacher, the center fielder, bats ninth. So Fregis, Bromer, Ambrose, scheduled three. Curveball on the outside corner for strike one from Gill. Ryan Fregis, this is Jack Fregis. Ryan Fregis bats fourth, plays third. Zach Andres bats fifth. Right fielder, as pitch misses high to Fregis, so even to count at a ball and a strike. Kyle Rodas, center fielder, bats sixth. Matt Ambrose is the catcher, he bats seventh. Dom DeLuca, designated hitter, bats eighth. And Jace Westman, will bat ninth. Off-speed pitch is skied into the air. Center field, Schumacher ranging over, reaches up, cap-high catch. So that off-speed pitch from Gill got Fregis out on his front foot a little bit and lifted it high into the air in center field. No problem for Schumacher. Again, that wind is blowing pretty strongly, so it could wreak some havoc with balls out there into that, especially left field, left center field gap. And Schumacher did have to drift over a little bit to get underneath that one, but made the catch. And now another off-speed pitch has Cal Bromer well out in front. Swings through that one. Bromer, also a Lakeville product. He's from South, just 19 years old. So always a good thing here about amateur baseball. Mix of young and old players make up these teams. You get some players who, college level players, but then players who have been out of college for quite some time. And a little looper down that left field line, and a diving catch is made out there in left field by Alex Ciola. The umpire gives the out signal, so a diving catch on a little slicing fly ball down that left field line off the bat of Cal Bromer. And an excellent diving catch made by Alex Ciola for out number two. So while Dank took care of his first batters via the strikeout in the top half of the first inning, it's two fly ball outs here to start things for St. Patrick in the bottom half of the first, and an excellent diving catch by Alex Ciola. Gold star play out in left field for out number two. And once again, Gill gets ahead of a St. Patrick's batter with strike one. It's Seth Ambrose, the first baseman. Right-hander takes one down at the feet. Ambrose, one of those older type players, 28 years old, out of New Prague High School. Third hitter in the lineup for St. Patrick, and he drills one into the left center field gap. Diving attempt is made out there by Schumacher, but he can't come up with that one. It bounces in front of him. Good job of at least getting a glove on it to keep it from getting past him and to the wall for extra bases, but it is a two-out single for Ambrose. So he hit that one pretty good out in to center field. Shoemaker got a good jump on it, but diving attempt, and the ball just landed in front of the glove, bounced up into the glove, and Shoemaker was able to get up and toss it into second base to keep Ambrose right there at first, but keeps the inning alive for Ryan Fregis of St. Patrick. He'll request time, and it's granted by our home plate umpire. Regis, 20-year-old, also plays at Minnesota State Mankato, played his high school ball at Jordan. So a nice mix of players from the south central part of the state for St. Patrick, as once again it's strike one from Gill. Lakeville North, Lakeville South, Jackson, New Prague, Jordan, Eden Prairie, St. Thomas Academy. So a lot of different high schools represented here for St. Patrick, who was one of the towns and one of the teams featured in the Fox 9 Town Ball Tour this year. Those are always fun days to watch that coverage on Fox 9 as they give you some history about the towns and the teams. And in fact, they did one on Waconia as well. So got to hear a lot about Lions Field, one of the 3 host sites for this state tournament. And there's a little humpback liner that's going to hang up long enough to get out to the shortstop, Anthony Ciola. He puts it away, so a little jam shot off the fist of Regis is a pop-up to the shortstop, and St. Patrick's gets a 1-out single, or a 2-out single, but unable to do anything further with it as Gill is able to get Regis to pop out to the shortstop Ciola and hang a 0 on the board. So we're through 1 inning of play here from Lions Field in Waconia. Second round Class C State Amateur Baseball Tournament action for you from PrepSpotlight.tv, and back after this timeout.
Amateur baseball is one of Minnesota's great sporting traditions.
Nobody does high school sports like PrepSpotlight.tv. Your home for Minnesota State tournament action is also where you can find the best weekly action during the regular season in 2021. We make it easy to be a high school sports fan at PrepSpotlight.tv. Nobody does high school sports like PrepSpotlight.tv. Your home for Minnesota State tournament action is also where you can find the best weekly action during the regular season in 2021. We make it easy to be a high school sports fan at PrepSpotlight.tv.
It's Mark Harbor will step in, lead off for Austin, and for the first time today, we're going to see a batter get ahead in the count and get into a hitter's count. So it's 2 balls and no strikes, and he got a fastball up in the zone. Harbor took a good hack at that 2-0 fastball, but fouled it back and out of play to the screen. So 2 balls and 1 strike now. Dank comes inside with a fastball, clips that inside corner. So now after falling behind, 2 balls and no strikes, Dank right back in the at-bat at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Curveball, chopped to second. Bromer's going to have to charge. Plays it on the third hop nicely and tosses it on over to Rodas for out number 1. So pitch on the outside corner there that Harbor kind of got out in front of, rolled it over. Tough hop for the second baseman Bromer, but he played it nicely. Didn't allow that ball to play him. He charged it nicely, played the ball, and just made a nice little soft underhanded toss to his first baseman Rodas. And it's 4 up and 4 down for Austin to start this one. 2 via the strikeout and 2 via the ground ball to the second baseman Cal Bromer. As the first pitch to Josh Molina is fouled over the third base dugout and out of play. Another slicing foul ball down that left field line. Crowd starting to really filter in here now. Another nice crowd. I think they announced last week that during our last game, after a 2-hour and 40-minute rain delay, that they had over 6,000 people attend at the 3 venues over the course of the 16 games last week. We've already had 2 games played this weekend. Friday night, as one is bounced in at 0-2. Now curveball off the outside corner, even it up to 2 balls and 2 strikes to Molina. So already one of our top seeds, the Loretto Larks, the winners of Region 12, they were knocked off by the Dumont Saints. Dumont, the 2nd seed out of Region 9, they beat Loretto. And then Waconia, the host team and the home team, top seed, was able to advance. And now there is called strike 3. Molina doesn't like that on the 3-2 pitch. He thought that pitch may have missed inside, but Denk caught the inside corner with that little breaking ball. And for the 2nd time now in an inning and 2/3, a Greyhound is down looking, and now here's Nelson. As mentioned at the top, Nelson had an excellent day at the plate in their win over Paynesville. He drove in 2 of the 5 runs on 3 singles as he takes a pitch inside, then swings and misses at the 1-0 offering. 1 ball and 1 strike. Swing and a foul tip to the glove of Ambrose. And 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Dank dealing here for St. Patrick. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 4 through 2 innings of work for Colin Dank. And hits 6 up and 6 down for the Greyhounds here in their first 2 at-bats here in this one. 2nd round game from Waconia. Got other games going on. They said that they'll keep us updated over the public address system with those games and scores from Waconia, Hamburg, and Chaska. And fans, time is winding down to be part of the 2021 State Amateur Baseball Tournament in Waconia, Chaska, and Hamburg. Get out and support your community, or if you just love the game of baseball and want to watch win or go home games at fantastic venues, there is nothing like tournament time. If you can't make it to the games, PrepSpotlight.tv/townball has all the games at affordable prices. Enjoy the tournament at the park or right here on PrepSpotlight.tv. Zach Andrus will lead things off for St. Patrick. It'll be 5, 6, and 7. Andrus, Rodas, and Ambrose for the Saints. And the left-hander takes an off-speed curveball in there from Gill. So Gill has done a nice job as well of working ahead of these St. Patrick batters. And there's a, half swing that Andrus can't hold up on. So no balls and 2 strikes now. All 3 outs in the top of the first inning were recorded through the air. Fly ball to center field, an excellent catch out in left field by Seal, and then a little pop-up off the bat of Free just to end it as the 0-2 offering just misses off the outside corner. The right fielder, Andrus, takes a curveball in there for strike 3, so got fooled by that pitch. Wasn't looking for that hook right there at 1-2, and that thing came right across the heart of the plate. Andrus kind of reacted like he knew that he got fooled a little bit there and was sitting on a different pitch. But Gill was able to sneak that curveball past him for the first strikeout of the game for Giancarlos Gill. And misses just low and away to Rodas here on the first offering. So center fielder Kyle Rodas, we've had just the 1 base runner. It was a 2-out single by Seth Ambrose in the bottom of the first for St. Patrick. And the curveball misses low and in now to Rodas. Dank definitely more of a power-type pitcher for St. Patrick, and Gill just looks like a crafty left-hander out there. Really mixes speeds, moves that ball around. I don't think he's going to strike out nearly the number that Dank will. A chopper to third. That's a good backhanded play over there at third base. Makes it look easy. Does the third baseman, Molina. Little chopper right over the bag. It took a pretty good sized hop, but Molina backhanded it, made a good strong throw, and got Rodas by his step at first. So the first ground ball out recorded by Gill is a good play again behind him. So far today in this one, early on, Gill getting tremendous help from his defense, even on the base hit where Shoemaker made a dive for it. He was able to get that ball in his glove and keep it from getting beyond him and allowing extra bases for Ambrose. And obviously the play from Ciola in left, and there, nice play at third from Molina. That's what you expect to see here in the state tournament. Quality baseball from these quality amateur teams. 2 balls and no strikes now to Ambrose, and right there with strike one on the outside corner. Good 2-0 pitch from Gill there. You could see good movement on that pitch. Started out over the heart of the plate and then just clipped the outside corner. And then there's another off-speed pitch that breaks in and catches the inside corner against Ambrose. So after falling behind, 2 balls and no strikes, Gill works his way back into the count, and it's even up now at 2 balls. 2 strikes. Catcher, Matt Ambrose for St. Patrick. Gets fooled on that one. It's in the dirt. He swings through it. They'll have to make the throw down to first, but no problem for Jimenez to fire it down to Nelson, and it's a 1-2-3 bottom half of the second inning. So both of these pitchers dealing here through the first 2 innings. We remain scoreless, and we'll head to the top of the third after this timeout on PrepSpotlight.tv.
Celebrate the end of the 2021 Town Ball season. Join your teammates, rivals, and ball fans from around the state at the Twins game on September 11th. Special ticket pricing for Town Ball players and fans. Salutes to the newly crowned champs and a very fun night at the ballpark. Order your tickets at twinsbaseball.com/townball and wear your town's team colors to Target Field on September 11th.
All right, so Eric Torres will lead things off here. 7, 8, and 9 for Austin. Trying to get something going against Colin Dank, and the first pitch is sliced foul down the right field line. Rodas and Endres give chase from their first base and right field positions, but it falls harmlessly foul. No balls and 1 strike, as Colin Dank has done through most of these Austin batters through the first 2 innings. He's gotten ahead. Strike 1 and oftentimes strike 2. Now this one comes in and hits off the hand of Torres. The umpire was a little slow coming up. I think he might have thought that one hit off the knob of the bat, but now he's going to look and make sure that ball did hit the hand and not the knob of the bat, as the ball ricocheted back to the screen. So the umpire did not quickly jump up and call time, and now after examining the hand of Torres, they're going to say that hit his hand. So home plate umpire turns doctor there has to take a look at the hand to make sure that there was a mark or some sort of evidence that the ball hit the hand and not the bat. Torres immediately went back and reached down for his hand, but I think the umpire thought maybe he might be trying to pull a fast one on him there. Sometimes it's obviously a different sound when it hits the batter versus hitting the knob of the bat. The umpire probably didn't hear that. Now here's a good bunt. They're going to go to second. They get the out there, back to first, and it gets past the first baseman, Rodas, and that's going to allow Anthony Ciola, to move up to second base. So he bunted it towards the pitcher, Dank. Dank decided to go to second. He made a good throw and got the force at second. But then the throw back from the second baseman, Bromer, went past the first baseman, Rodas, and allowed the base runner to move up to second base. So Ciola intended to get his teammate Eric Torres out to second with a sacrifice bunt, but ended up getting to second base himself on the throwing error charged against St. Patrick. Two hopper to short, couple of shuffle steps by the shortstop Fregis. Good strong throw across the diamond. Gets Isaac Schumacher, 6'3" on the putout there. And now with two away, turn it over to the top of the order. So first base runner for Austin in this one is out there in scoring position. He's got a big lead out there, does Anthony Ciola, as Alex Ciola takes a pitch off the outside corner for a ball. Ciola played his college ball at Riverland Community College after going to Austin High School. He's 23-year-old. Pitch misses low and in, so Ciola ahead in the count here. 2 balls and no strikes. Pickoff play, and scampering back and diving back to the base is Anthony Ciola. So I think he felt the shortstop Fregis kind of sneaking in behind him. Outside move by Dank, but line drive, base hit into left field. And they're going to hold up the runner at third as that ball was hit very hard off the bat of Ciola. It was a one hop out to the left fielder, Westman. Westman played it, quickly got it in, and the throw was cut off by the third baseman, Andrus. And now it's runners at the corners. So even with 2 away and a good lead out there for Ciola, that ball was just hit too hard to left field by Alex Ciola. So first and third runners at the corners. They are both Ciola's for the Greyhounds. And the number 2 hitter, Miguel Castro, will come up, trying to get Austin on the board. Now 1 hit for each team here. We play in the top half of the third inning. Castro requests time. It's granted. So with runners at the corners and 2 away, we'll keep an eye on Alex Ciola. Doesn't
The Town Ball Tour. Head to the small towns and tell people what it's all about.
A lot of excitement. Weather is fantastic.
This place has been here since the early 80s.
This is a baseball town.
The town is here. The kids are here. It's safe. It's a wonderful environment.
We certainly met some wonderful characters.
Thanks for joining us for another season of Fox 9's Town Ball Tour.
All summer long, you have gathered with friends, neighbors, and family at ball yards all across Minnesota.
Still going, gone! A home run!
Diamonds that decorate and help define hundreds of communities. Town Ball binds together our passion for baseball in our hometowns. And on September 11th, the cornerstone of Minnesota baseball, Target Field, will host a party for all those who play, watch, and support Town Ball. The Twins host the Royals at 6:10 p.m. Prior to the game, the newly crowned state amateur champs will be honored at the Town Ball Tavern and during a pregame ceremony. Wear your team colors and enjoy a special night at Target Field.
The 0-2 pitch. Strike three! Fairmont, state champions in 2020.
Congratulations to the Fairmont Martins. They are your 2020.
For tickets to the Twins' Tip of the Cap to Town Ball on September 11th, visit twinsbaseball.com/townball.
First baseman number 3, Nels Nelson.
All right, Molina came up and hit a ground ball to second. And up with the play is Bromer. But on the play, Harbor moves up to second. So again, with 2 outs here, Austin has a runner out there in scoring position, and Nels Nelson jumps away from a curveball from Dank. called strike on the inside corner. Dank reaches back for something extra on that 0-1 fastball, but misses down low. So Nelson, strikeout victim, his first time up, but in their win over Painesville, 3 hits and 2 RBIs for Nelson. So another opportunity here, but pops it up in the infield. It's going to drift out towards center field. Now the shortstop, Regis, is going to make the call and makes a drifting catch on the second base side of second. So a high pop-up just past second base. Regis, Bromer, and Rodas all converged, and it was Freitas, the shortstop, who made the call and made the catch to end the top half of the 4th inning. So again, a 0 on the board for the Greyhounds. And we're through 3.5 innings of play. No score here from Laconia and back to Lions Field after this short timeout.
Nobody does high school sports like PrepSpotlight.tv. Your home for Minnesota State tournament action is also where you can find the best weekly action during the regular season in 2021. We make it easy to be a high school sports fan at PrepSpotlight.tv.
All right, for St. Patrick, it's going to be 2, 3, and 4. Bromer, Ambrose, and Fregis. See if they can't try to figure out Don Carlos Gill, who has faced just 1 over the minimum here through 3 innings of at-bat for St. Patrick. It was a 2-out single from Seth Ambrose, but he was stranded right there at first base when Fregis popped out to shortstop to end that bottom half of the first inning. And now a pitch up and then 1 away to Bromer. He's been busy out there at second base. Bromer, Lakeville North product. Doesn't have a college team listed, so 24-year-old left-handed batter. Swings and misses at the offering. Wasn't happy with himself on that one. 2-0 fastball. Looked like he got a pitch that he really was looking for, but maybe a little anxious because got out in front of that one. The line drive. It's just off the glove of a diving Castro, and Bromer is going to be on with a leadoff single. So it was hard hit. Castro tried to make a diving play on it. It just trickled off the end of his glove out into shallow right field, and Cal Bromer to Andrus and his little fister down that first baseline. It just goes foul. And we'll rub down that bat as Gil asks for a new baseball. A lot happening, but not much going on out on the field right now. The batter rubbing down his bat. You got the pitcher asking for a new ball, and then the throw from Jimenez kicked away from him. He had to go retrieve it, but now we're back and ready to go at 1 ball and 1 strike, 2 away here. Bottom half of the 4th. Swung on and fouled, sliced down that left field line. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now to the number 5 hitter, Zach Andrus, the right fielder for the St. Patrick Saints. Either one of these teams trying to scratch and claw a run out here. Haven't been able to put one on the board through 3 4 2/3. There goes the runner. Good pitch to run on, but it's called strike 3. So does not matter that the jump by Fregis was a good one. And the curveball came across, called 3rd strike against Andrus. So again, a 0 put up on the board by Gil and Austin, and he'll get his club back into the dugout with a chance to try to get something going here. Bottom 3rd of the order. Torres, Ciola, and Schumacher will be up when we return to Waconia after this timeout.
Celebrate the end of the 2021 Town Ball season. Join your teammates, rivals, and ball fans from around the state at the Twins game on September 11th. Special ticket pricing for Town Ball players and fans. Salutes to the newly crowned champs and a very fun night at the ballpark. Order your tickets at twinsbaseball.com/townball and wear your town's team colors to Target Field on September 11th.
All right, we are back to Lions Field in Waconia. We got a good one going here, a pitcher's duel. 1 hit on the board for Austin, 2 hits on the board for St. Patrick, but St. Patrick has yet to get a runner past first base, while Austin has had a couple of opportunities. They had runners at 1st and 3rd with 2 outs in the 3rd, and they got a runner as far as 2nd base with 2 outs in the 4th, but Dank was up to the challenge in both instances and able to get that 3rd out without any runs coming across the board. He's missed on the first 2 offerings to Torres here, and there's a called strike. Torres was hit by that pitch where the umpire turned doctor, took a look at the hand before he awarded the base to Torres. Now there's a fly ball out into right field. Drifting a little to his left, but reaching up and making a cap-high catch is Zach Andrus. And the first out is recorded on a fly ball to right field off the bat of Eric Torres. It was the top 6 batters in the order for Austin who did the damage in their win over Painesville. This bottom 3rd of the order was a combined 0 for 11 against Painesville. And so far today, they did get a base runner out of Torres when he was hit by a pitch, but other than that, ground out fielder's choice by Ciola and a ground out to shortstop by Shoemaker. Bottom half, bottom 3rd, really trying to get going here for Austin as Ciola behind, no balls and 2 strikes as he chops one foul down the 3rd baseline and swings and misses at the offering from Dank. 6th strikeout of the game now for Colin Dank. And Schumacher will step in here for the Greyhounds. Looking to get a 2-out base runner here. Pitch misses up and out of the zone. Just confirming with our umpire that that pitch was high, and he confirmed it was. So now a little roller to second. Bromer, he's been busy over there, but he's been Johnny on the spot. Cal on the spot, if you will, to come up with those plays and retire another Austin batter. So nothing across for Austin in their half of the fifth. It'll be 6, 7, and 8. Rodas, Ambrose, and DeLuca for the St. Patrick Irish when we return to Lions Field after this timeout.
Town Ball Tour. Head to the small towns and tell people what it's all about.
A lot of excitement. Weather is fantastic.
This place has been here since the early 80s.
This is a baseball town.
The town is here. The kids are here. It's safe. It's a wonderful environment. We certainly met some wonderful characters.
Thanks for joining us for another season of Fox 9's Town Ball Tour.
So 16 games taking place this weekend between our three venues. A couple of teams already into the quarterfinals. Or the round of 16, I should say. We started with 48 teams. So the winners of these will be into the round of 16 and try to make their way into the quarters. All of that action starts next weekend. So a big weekend of action here in state amateur baseball play. We'll start Friday night and go through Monday at noon here in Laconia when a state champion will be crowned here in the Class C State Amateur Baseball Tournament. Kyle Roda steps in, takes a curveball in there for a strike, and then a fastball off the outside corner. So Gill once again doing a good job of mixing up those pitches, keeping these Saints batters off balance. Rodas hit that ground ball to third. That good play was made by third baseman, and now this one's deep to left, and that's going to get up and over the head of Alex Ciola. That's going to be a leadoff double for Kyle Rodas. He gave that one a ride, and as we talked about, I think the wind is definitely going to help carry balls out into that left field area. Ciola didn't get a great jump on that ball, but playing shallow left field, that ball was going to get up and over his head in any case. It landed just short of the warning track. One hopped off the wall, and by the time Alex Ciola retrieved that one and got it back into the infield, Kyle Rodas was on with a leadoff double. So second inning in a row here that St. Patrick has put this leadoff runner on base, and now Ambrose will step in, and he takes a pitch high for a ball. No sign of Ambrose squaring around a bunt here. So Ambrose looked like he's going to get maybe a chance to swing away. He's really got a job to do. Try to hit that ball over there somewhere on that right side. Get Rodas over to third with just one away for the designated hitter, DeLuca. And the pitch is low and inside. Hopping out of the way is Ambrose. So Gill has missed a little bit wildly here on his first two offerings. So with Rodas out there at second base, maybe Gill concentration waning just a little bit after that hard hit ball off the bat of Rodas. Put that runner out at second base. Anthony Ciola will try to keep him close there to the bag. Curveball spinning away, and Gill showing a little reaction there after missing on that one. So we haven't seen a whole lot of emotion from Gill, just that one time where he thought he had caught the outside corner with a curveball. Shows a bit of a reaction there after missing badly on that 2-0 offering. So now behind in the count, 3 balls and no strikes to Ambrose, the veteran 34-year-old for St. Patrick, the right-handed batter. I'm sure he'll be taking here, and he should, because that one's well off the plate. So a 4-pitch walk to Ambrose. And that's going to get Jimenez, and now a member of the coaching staff from Austin to trot out to talk things over here. So the first time really today that Giancarlos Gill is being forced to try to work out of any sort of a jam. As we talked about, just 2 base runners for St. Patrick up to this point, and neither one had made it past first base. And now we're going to get a pinch runner out there. 18, Kevin Pexa is going to run for Ambrose at first.
Designated hitter number 24, Don DeLuca.
A pinch runner here in the 5th for the catcher Ambrose. I'm going to guess he's likely to re-enter the game and continue catching. He's certainly done a good job so far. Early square from DeLuca here. He goes down to a knee and takes a pitch outside. And now once again we get a reaction from Gill. He cannot believe that that pitch was not called a strike. So here in the bottom half of the 5th inning, we're starting to see Giancarlos Gill laboring a little bit. Leadoff double. The batter DeLuca again down to a full knee and bunts it in the air. Nelson gives chase but can't quite get there. So the third baseman Molina and the first baseman Nelson really in tight on the batter DeLuca, who certainly isn't trying to surprise anybody with the fact that he's going to lay down a bunt here early on. He goes all the way down to a knee, and he does it again. He's down on that right knee, and the pitch misses up and away. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. So they'll leave Molina at third with that runner at second. He's got to cover the base in case that base runner Rodas would take off for third. So if DeLuca is going to bunt here, down the third base line is definitely the place to do it, because Nelson is about halfway to home plate already for any bunt that would be bunted that way, and he bunts it in the air. So DeLuca does not do his job. I'll be honest with you, it's a technique I've not seen before, and I think part of the problem is by going down to that knee, he gets so far down that when he bunts it, he's got to come up to the ball, and that's going to force the ball to go in the air. You actually want to be on top of that ball when you square to bunt it down. So the 2 times he did put the bat on the ball, he popped it up in the air. So interesting technique by DeLuca, and it turns into a pop-up and a big out for Gill and the Austin Greyhounds. They'll bring up Jace Westman, the left fielder, number 9 hitter in the order, but runners remain out there at first and second base. So St. Patrick trying to bunt those runners up a base, but DeLuca unsuccessful in his attempt. Again, I think he just got too far down, going down to that knee, and really no choice but to bunt it up in the air when you do that. So the runners remain at their positions at first and second. And there's a fastball in for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike to Westman. Westman flew out to the center fielder Schumacher in his first at-bat. That was back in the 3rd inning. That was part of a run where Gill set down 7 consecutive Saints in order. That was broken up by Bromer's single to start the 4th. Now, first time today, they've got 2 base runners on, and Gill's curveball catches the outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Jace Westman. It's the top seed from Region 3, St. Patrick, taking on the 2nd seed from Region 5, the Austin Greyhounds. Westman, the number 9 hitter in the order, down 1 ball, 2 strikes in the count. Almost went up after that fastball, but he held up and took that pitch up and out of the zone. So good pitch there from Gill, trying to maybe get Westman to chase something up and out of the zone. No way he would have been able to catch up with that fastball. That was probably the most pop that we've seen from a fastball by Gill today. Up in the zone. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. And that curveball spins high. So full count now, 3 balls and 2 strikes. We'll try to keep an eye on these base runners here. No score in this one in the bottom half of the 5th inning. So do you start the base runners here with a 3-2 count? Your number 9 hitter up in the order. We'll keep an eye. Anthony Ciola at shortstop, kind of thinking the same thing. He worked his way back behind the runner, but now moves more to a regular defensive position, double play depth. Good lead out there at second base. They do not go, and the pitch misses low and in. So a leadoff double, followed by 2 walks, sandwich a pop up to the pitcher in between there. But with the walk to the number 9 hitter Westman, that's going to load the bases for the leadoff hitter, the shortstop, Jack Fregis. And the shortstop, Fregis, comes up 0 for 2 on the day, but certainly the best opportunity here. The bases have been empty in his 2 previous plate appearances, so he's got an opportunity to drive a couple of runs in here, and does a base hit into left field. That's going to score 1. I think they're going to have to hold the runner up here. It's going to be cut off by Molina. Anthony Ciola snuck in behind the runner over there at third in Kevin Pexa, but Pexa scrambled his way back to the base. So first pitch swinging. Jack Fregis comes up with an RBI base hit into left field. Runners remain bases loaded for St. Patrick, and Cal Bromer, a left-handed batting second baseman, will come up. St. Patrick has broken the ice here in the bottom half of the 5th. They lead it 1-0 and looking to add more as Bromer takes a curveball high against Gill. So now the body language from Gill has definitely changed in this inning after missing up on that one. The shoulders kind of slunked and he just sauntered his way back to the rubber. He is working from the stretch here with the bases loaded. Bromer had a infield single in his second plate appearance in the 4th after flying out to left field in his first at-bat in the 1st. Castro made a diving attempt at the hard hit ball by Bromer, but ball trickled out of his glove as Bromer puts a good swing on that one and fouls it right back to the screen. 1 ball, 1 strike. Curveball swung on and missed, so Bromer thought he got a little bit of a hanger there. Really looked to turn and pull that ball down that right field line, but swung through it. So now Gill ahead in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Number 2 hitter in the order. St. Patrick has a run in. They lead it 1-0. And the pitch is swung on and a defensive swing by Bromer. Fouls it back and out of play. Good job by Bromer there to spoil off that good pitcher's pitch from Gill, so he'll try to get something better here with the bases loaded. Austin plays the infield back, so they'll try to turn 2 for sure on anything up the middle, and then at the corners maybe a step and throw type of a double play. Not even on the grass are Molina at third and Nelson at first, and here's a drive deep into right field, way back out there, and that one's going to land just foul, says our home plate umpire. A diving attempt was made by Torres in right, and St. Patrick just cannot believe it. Seth Ambrose, the on-deck hitter, is just all over our home plate umpire here. He's having to be restrained from being tossed out of this game. So it was a long drive, but then again, that flag is really whipping in now towards right field. I was going to mention, you can probably hear it through the microphone, how the wind has really picked up here. But that ball just landed on the foul side of the base. The home plate umpire was right there taking a good, hard look at that ball down the line, and he immediately came up foul. A tough one to call, too, because Torres attempted to make a diving catch on it, and it just landed foul. But right down the line, when that one left the bat, I thought it might even have a chance to get out of here. And now a swing and a miss by Bromer. He takes a look back at our home plate umpire. He also believes that that ball was fair. Has another word for the home plate umpire. I guess if anybody had as good a look at that ball as anyone, it would be Bromer running down that first base line. But a huge strikeout for Gill and the Austin Greyhounds. If they did get a break there, they have now taken advantage of it with the strikeout and given up just the one run. But Ambrose has an opportunity here. Let's see if he can compose himself. He was just angry at the home plate umpire. First pitch swinging, line drive, base hit into center field. The throw is going to be cut off by Nelson. 2 runs are going to come in to score. So Seth Ambrose recollects himself, comes up with a hard line drive, base hit up the middle. It drives in 2 runs, and St. Patrick now has put 3 on the board here in the bottom of the 5th. So the pinch runner, Pexa, came in to score, and then right behind him, Jace Westman hustling around third base. The throw came in from the center fielder, Schumacher, and Nelson came over and cut it off. Not before 2 runs had scored. That keeps the runners there at first and second for St. Patrick. But that base hit off the bat of Ambrose is going to do it for Giancarlos Gill. And we are going to have a pitching change here for Austin. And it's going to be one of their pickup players who's going to come in. It's going to be Andrew Kemper, who pitches for East Ridge High School, pitches for the Hastings Hawks. He played some college ball at North Central University, 27-year-old. So the right-hander Andrew Kemper, one of the 3 players that they can pick up from another member of their conference, will come in. It's 3 runs. This will be the 8th batter of the inning. Runners will be at first and second for Ryan Fregis after Kemper completes his warm-up pitches. And as he does so, we'll take a short break and be back to Waconia after this timeout on PrepSpotlight.tv.
Nobody does high school sports like PrepSpotlight.tv. Your home for Minnesota State tournament action is also where you can find the best weekly action during the regular season in 2021. We make it easy to be a high school sports fan at PrepSpotlight.tv.
Andrew Kemper will try to get the 3rd out here of this bottom half of the 5th inning. It's 3 runs already in for St. Patrick. His first pitch misses way up and out of the zone to the third baseman, Fregis. Good job of reaching up and snaring that one by Jimenez. Otherwise, that one goes to the backstop, and we'd have runners at second and third, but he was able to retrieve that ball, and now another one that misses up and out of the zone. So Kemper maybe trying to overthrow a little bit here to Fregis. Fregis has popped out to the shortstop to end the first and then grounded into a 4-6 force out on a ball that was more of a line drive. Castro dropped it thinking he might be able to get the double play, but Fregis hustling down the line was able to beat the throw. And now another pitch well up and out of the zone from Kemper. So Kemper pitches for Hastings during the year. Actually lives in River Falls, Wisconsin. 27-year-old Eastridge High School product. Finds himself behind 3 balls and no strikes to Ryan Fregis. And a 4-pitch walk, so he missed up in the zone on all 4 offerings to Fregis, and that'll move runners up a base. Load the bases here. So Zach Endress will be the 9th batter of the inning for St. Patrick in this somewhat wild 5th inning here at Lions Field. Cal Bromer thought he hit what probably would have been a bases clearing double down the right field line, but the home plate umpire called it foul. Bromer then struck out, had some words for the umpire, and then the first baseman, Seth Ambrose, who had to be restrained in his anguish with the home plate umpire, comes up and first pitch swinging, lined a base hit into center field to drive in 2 runs and build what was a 1-run lead up to a 3-run lead for St. Patrick as Endress takes the first pitch for a strike. So Kemper finds the strike zone and now comes back with a curveball. So Kemper settling down a little bit here after walking Fregis on 4 pitches that were all way up and out of the strike zone, but is now ahead of the 5th hitter in the order, left-handed batting Zach Endress, and he just stays alive, fouling one back off the facade of the grandstand here in Waconia. Beautiful ballpark here in Waconia. Nice grandstand that overhangs the entire seating area off to the pavilions then on the first and third base side, and excellent food tent. Adult beverages are on the menu for those interested, and a curveball hangs up high to Endress here, so 1 ball and 2 strikes now. So Zach Endress really trying to make this a big inning for St. Patrick here in the 5th. They already have 3 on the board, our first 3 runs of the game. It took till the bottom of the 5th for us to put a crooked number up on the board, but St. Patrick has been able to do that, and they're trying to add on to it. And they're gonna, because that pitch runs in and hits Zach Endress. So after getting ahead, no balls and 2 strikes, Endress fouled off a pitch just to stay alive in the at-bat. Then he took a pitch high, then a curveball that just kept riding in on him, and it hit off of his left hip. So Endress on a bases loaded hit by pitch will be credited with an RBI, and now it's 4-0 for St. Patrick, and the number 10 hitter in the inning will come to the plate. It's Kyle Rodas, who started this whole inning off with a booming double over the head of Alex Ciola in left. He came around to score on the single off the bat of Fregis. And now a bases loaded walk has added or a bases loaded hit batsman has added another run for St. Patrick, and they lead this one 4-0. It's been a long wait in the dugout for Colin Denk since retiring. Austin 1-2-3 in the top half of the 5th. He has had to sit a long time in that dugout as he's seen 10 St. Patrick batters come to the plate. 3 have crossed home plate. And a pitch just misses off the inside corner on a curveball. After a foul back to the screen on the first offering to Rodas. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Bases loaded. Fly ball out into right field. That should be an easy play out there for Torres. He has to come in as that ball is getting knocked down by the wind. So that'll do it for Rodas and St. Patrick in the 5th. But they put up a big 4 spot here. And they spot Their pitcher, Colin Dank, with a 4-run lead as he comes out for the top half of the 6th inning. We'll be back here for it after this timeout on PrepSpotlight.tv.
Celebrate the end of the 2021 Town Ball season. Join your teammates, rivals, and ball fans from around the state at the Twins game on September 11th. Special ticket pricing for Town Ball players and fans. Salutes to the newly crowned champs and a very fun night at the ballpark. Order your tickets at twinsbaseball.com/townball and wear your town's team colors to Target Field on September 11th.
As you can see, the grounds crew comes out after the bottom half of each 5th inning, and they drag that infield, replace the bases, really almost a major league type feel here, the way that they are handling these games in Waconia. And they've had to dodge a bunch of rain, and we talked about the fact that Colin Dank had to wait a long time. He has to wait even a little bit longer as the grounds crew completes dragging the field. And I think they were just announcing to the press box here that Matt Ambrose will re-enter into the game and go behind the plate. That turned out to be a good move by St. Patrick and their manager, Brent Garacki, because the pinch runner, Pexa, was out there at second base, and on a base hit from Ambrose, it was a hard hit line drive past the pitcher into center field. Potentially could have been a play at the plate, but Pexa, with good speed in that pinch running role for Ambrose, came around with the 3rd run of the inning for the Saints. And it's going to be the top of the order here for Austin. Be Ciola, Castro, and Jimenez. Foul back to the screen after first pitch missed from Dank, so 1 ball and 1 strike. Ciola, the left fielder, has the only base hit of the game for the Packers. It was a 2-out single in the 3rd inning that got runners to the corners. But Dank was able to retire Castro on a ground out to the second baseman, Bromer, and get out of that jam. The pitch misses away. 2-2. Now another one just off the outside corner. So we go full here. Alex Ciola trying to get a base runner here for Austin, trying to answer the big inning by St. Patrick in the bottom half of the 5th, here in the top half of the 6th. And Ciola shoots it foul off the facing of the third base dugout, occupied by the Greyhounds. 3-2 pitch is swung on and missed. Oh, Dank drops in a nasty curveball to Ciola at 3-2. I do not think Ciola was expecting that pitch. I think at 3-2 with a 4-run lead, you're probably sitting fastball there, but Dank, crafty, and spun a curveball down at the feet of Ciola, and he swung through it. And the strikeout is recorded for out number 1. Now another curveball. First pitch to Castro, and he swings through that one. 7 strikeouts on the game now for Dank. Heading the count. And another curveball that Castro swings underneath. No balls and 2 strikes. Castro 0 for 2 on the game. Struck out looking and then grounded out to second. Check swing there. And the home plate umpire is going to take that one himself. He's not even going to ask for any help from the home plate umpire. He is just going to take that one on his own. And in the 8th strikeout of the game for Colin Dank, it's 2 quick outs here in the top half of the 6th inning. So Dank really trying to do his job here get St. Patrick back into that dugout after the 4-run 5th inning and see if they can't get something going in the bottom half of the 6th. But one more out left to get. Fastball misses up and in, and then the curveball breaks low. So falling behind to Jimenez, the catcher. 2-0. Challenges him with a fastball. Jimenez fouls it back and out of play, off to the right. So we stay at 2 balls and 1 strike. Line drive out into left field, but it's going to be right at the left fielder, Westman. So Jimenez put a charge into it, hit it hard on a line, but it stayed right up there for Westman to take 1 step to his right, reach up and put it away. So a quick 1, 2, 3, top half of the 6th inning for the Austin Greyhounds. And they'll head back out into the field, trailing St. Patrick 4-0, back with the bottom half of the 6th inning for you after this timeout on PrepSpotlight.tv.
All summer long, you have gathered with friends, neighbors, and family at ball yards all across Minnesota.
Still going, gone! A home run!
Diamonds that decorate and help define hundreds of communities. Town Ball binds together our passion for baseball in our hometowns. And on September 11th, the cornerstone of Minnesota baseball, Target Field, will host a party for all those who play, watch, and support Town Ball. The Twins host the Royals at 6:10 p.m. Prior to the game, the newly crowned state amateur champs will be honored at the Town Ball Tavern and during a pregame ceremony. Wear your team colors and enjoy a special night at Target Field.
The 0-2 pitch. Strike 3! Fairmont, state champions in 2020.
To the Fairmont Martins, they are your 2020.
For tickets to the Twins' Tip of the Cap to Town Ball on September 11th, visit twinsbaseball.com/townball.
All right, so our catcher Jimenez made that last out. He had to get that gear on in the dugout. So he's finally back out, ready for action here. So Andrew Kemper, who got the last out of that 4-run 5th inning, but not before hitting a batter, forcing in a run to give St. Patrick a 4th run in the inning. And he'll face 7, 8, and 9, Ambrose, DeLuca, and Westman. Ambrose drew a walk, was lifted for the pinch runner Pexa, but that spot did score a run in that 4-run 5th inning. So striking out in his first plate appearance. Now hits a chopper out to Ciola. Ciola across the diamond to Nelson. Nelson will step on the bag. And on the ground ball to Anthony Ciola. The first out of the bottom half of the 6th is recorded by Kemper. And one away, and he'll face Dom DeLuca. But looks like DeLuca's going to get pinch hit for here. Joe Wires, the 20-year-old New Prague High School product. Well bat, so it was DeLuca who popped out to the pitcher, trying to bunt the runners over with nobody out. Runners at first and second in that 5th inning, so he will get lifted here for the pinch hitter, Joe Wires. And he takes a pitch on the outside corner for a strike. So Wires bats with one away here. Takes a strike and then a curveball, spins high in the zone, even it up at 1-1. Kemper, the draftee from Hastings, out there for his second inning of work. Fastball rides in on the hands of Wire and fouls that one back and out of play off to the right. Over towards that food pavilion out there. First base line, they've got burgers and brats and fries and tots. And there's a curveball that misses up in the zone. couple of different times now, pitchers have been a little bit confused on that curveball from our home plate umpire. He's been pretty tight on those breaking balls. And the fastball misses up high to wire, so we run the count full now at 3 balls and 2 strikes. 1 away here, bottom half of the 6th inning. St. Patrick put up a 4 spot in the 5th, and they lead it 4-0 here. And there is a pitch that just misses off the outside corner. Kemper cannot believe that one. He goes down to a crouch, looks in at the home plate umpire. Thought maybe he had Wires struck out on 2 different occasions there, but Wires gets the benefit of the calls, and he draws the 1-out walk, and will give St. Patrick a base runner here for Jace Westman. Westman walked and scored a run in that 4-run 5th inning for the Irish. And it follows back to the screen, and a old Bronx cheer for Jimenez as he caught it off of the screen, but that doesn't count for an out, just a strike. So no balls and 1 strike. One away here. And he squares to bunt. And that pitch misses on the outside corner again. A shake of the head from the pitcher, Kemper, wondering where that one missed. So even it up now at 1 ball and 1 strike. Pinch hitter Joe Wires drew the walk. That one misses well outside. Three balls and 1 strike now. I'll make it 2-1, says the scoreboard. So 2 balls and 1 strike to the number 9 hitter, Jace Westman. Throw it to center and walked in his 2 plate appearances. Now he puts down a good bunt. Molina charges. He has just 1 play and he throws it away. A little bit of a casual throw from Molina. The ball's going to go well down the right field line. And as we talked about with all this foul ball territory in this park, that ball was going to go a long ways. And by the time the right fielder, Torres, was able to get around and field that one and get it back in, the air charged against Molina will allow a run to come in to score and allow the base runner Westman to make it all the way around to third base. So a big blunder by Molina there. Threw it past the first baseman Nelson, and it got down into that foul territory where there is all sorts of room out there. Easily coming around to score was Wires from first. And checking in at third after the throwing error. And now a wild pitch is going to allow Westman to come in to score. So, oh my gosh, for Austin, the wheels coming off a little bit here in this inning. What looked like potentially was not much of a threat. Suddenly a walk, 2 Wires on a couple of pitches that looked like they could have been called third strikes. Then the bunt and the throwing error from Molina, followed up by a wild pitch, and without the benefit of the ball ever leaving the infield, other than off of the throwing hand of Molina, St. Patrick has been able to put 2 more runs on the board. And the first 3 offerings to Fregis are all off the plate. Now that one's on the outside corner. Fregis started walking his way towards first base thinking he had the walk, but that pitch was on the outside corner. And that one misses low and away, so another walk gives St. Patrick another base runner. So Kemper has really struggled with his command here since coming in. he hit the first batter he faced with the bases loaded that allowed a run to score. Then he walked pinch hitter Wires in the number 8 spot in the order. Westman laid down a good bunt, and Molina's throw was wide of the base and went all the way down the right field line. Scored a couple runs, then a wild pitch was uncorked by Kemper. Allowed his second run to score, and then on 5 pitches, he walked Regis. So now we have a runner at first base, 1 out here in the 6th. And Cal Bromer will step in after a walk out to the mound. And again, the manager has a word for a home plate umpire, probably going back to that at-bat by Wires, thinking they could have maybe had 2 outs and nobody on base, but instead Wires worked the walk. Good jump there by the base runner, Regis, and he steals second on the first offering to Bromer. Pitch was outside for a ball. So Bromer, 1 ball and no strikes, but now has Jack Regis out there at second base. And a fly ball out into left field. Ciola comes in, calls for it. That's Alex. He calls off third baseman Molina and the shortstop Anthony Ciola. So on the lazy fly ball to left field, Bromer is retired. It'll bring up Ambrose. Big day at the plate for Ambrose. Singled in the 4th, and then his 2 big RBI single. Plated a couple of runs in that 4-run 5th inning for St. Patrick, and now an opportunity to potentially drive in another run here with Jack Regis out at second base. Fastball in for a strike, so 0-1. And dances away out of a pitch on the inside, off the inside corner there to even the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Ambrose, 28-year-old veteran player for the Saints out of New Prague High School, takes curveball high. 2 balls and 1 strike now. Number 3 hitter in the order for the Saints. They lead this one now 6-0. 4 in the 5th and 2 here in the 6th. And one gets in on the kitchen of Ambrose there, and all he can do is fight that one off and foul it back. So we run the count even now at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ambrose going to drive in another run here. He's got 2 RBIs already on the day. Curveball spins off the outside corner. Now we go full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Jack Regis is out at second base. He walked and stole second. Bromer flew out to left, and now Ambrose, check, excuse me type swing over back towards the pavilion where there's people enjoying a cold beverage over there. And they were able to get out of the way of that one. Wasn't all that hard hit anyways, as it had to get up and over the protective screen that runs past the dugouts here at Lions Field. Pitch again is fouled out to the right, so battle brewing here between first baseman Seth Andrews and the new pitcher Andrew Kemper for the Austin Greyhounds. But Austin finds themselves behind 6-0. Just 5 hits on the board for St. Patrick, but they've been able to parlay that into 6 big runs. Another foul back to the screen. A little bit of a hanger there for Ambrose. He took a big cut at it, had to try to stay back as long as he could, but just couldn't get on top of that curveball that kind of hung up in the top part of the zone. So I think Ambrose thinks he might have missed one there. You don't get a hanging breaking ball like that too often, but he'll live to fight for another pitch, and that one he jumps out of the way of. So the 2-out walk. And Ryan Fregis will step in. He's got Jack Fregis out at second base. So Ryan Fregis, the 20-year-old, plays college ball at Minnesota State Mankato. Fregis, the 22-year-old, also plays at Minnesota State. So going to venture a guess that it might be a brother combination here. And he has to dance out of the way of that first offering from Kemper. It's kind of weird to see Kemper wearing that uniform for the Hastings Hawks. Is the same exact color almost as the St. Patrick Saints. The drafted players do wear their own team's uniforms. So it's the green uniform on the mound against the green uniform, and now they throw behind the runner at second, and able to scamper back and get a hand on the base is Jack Fregis. So Castro covering out there, the second baseman. Jimenez made the throw behind Fregis, but he was aware of the situation and was able to get back safely to second base as the pitch missed up to Ryan Fregis. 2 balls and no strikes, so Fregis will get a good pitch maybe to hit here, but inside corner. A little bit of a breaking ball there. Caught that inside corner, so a good pitch from Kemper there at 2 balls and no strikes. Not really anything Fregis could have done with that one, so he takes, and we'll try to get a better one here at 2 balls and 1 strike, and swings it foul back to the screen. So Fregis just missing that pitch. Fouled it right straight back to the screen. Even the count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 on, 2 out here, 2 runs in. Bottom half of the 6th inning. It was a briskly played game up until the bottom half of the 5th. Now has seen St. Patrick put runners all over the base paths, and a swing and a miss by Fregis will take care of the Saints here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. But St. Patrick, the Irish, put another run, 2 runs on the board, and lead this one now heading into the top half of the 7th inning by a score of 6-0. And Dank will be back out there for his 7th inning of work. He's allowed just 1 hit so far in this one. We'll be back with that top half of the 7th inning for you after this timeout on PrepSpotlight.tv.
Nobody does high school sports like PrepSpotlight.tv. Your home for Minnesota State tournament action is also where you can find the best weekly action during the regular season in 2021. We make it easy to be a high school sports fan at PrepSpotlight.tv.
All right, 3 more chances for Austin to try to chip away at this 6-run deficit. They'll have their 4, 5, and 6 hitters, Harbor, Molina, and Nelson, scheduled here against Colin Dank, who has really done the job. He has retired 8 Greyhound batters in a row. You have to go back to a 1-out walk to Mark Harbor in the bottom half or top half of the 4th inning, since Dank has allowed a base runner for the Austin Greyhounds, and he misses high on the first offering to Harbor. Harbor made it as far as second base on the ground out by Molina to second as he takes a strike, but was stranded there. So the Greyhounds went down in order in the 1st inning, the 2nd inning, and the 5th and the 6th innings. So 4 of the 6 innings, Dank has set down the Greyhounds in order, and now there's a ground ball over the base. It's called fair. They'll toss it to Dank as Harbor was not really hustling down the line. Good play made over there, just over the first base bag by Kyle Rodas. He easily could have taken that one himself, but Dank covering the base, takes the toss. So now 9 in a row set down by the right-hander, the young right-hander, Colin Dank. And Josh Molina will step in. Fastball is up and out of the strike zone. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch misses just inside. 2-0. To the number 5 hitter. Ground ball. Nice play on the backhand by Bromer. He is up with it, so a couple of nice plays behind Dank. Two ground ball outs here to start the top half of the 7th inning. Colin Dank, 10 in a row now, set down. And Nelson will step in. He tried to get something going here. As we mentioned in the broadcast, he had 3 base hits against Painesville, but 0 for 2 so far against Colin Dank in this one. Nelson, the veteran right-handed batter for the Greyhounds, takes a strike and now swings through at another off-speed pitch from Dank. Even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 36-year-old Nelson swings at that offering and misses. So it's another 1-2-3 inning for Colin Dank. Make that 11 in a row set down by the big right-hander for St. Patrick. And it's stretch time here in Waconia. Fans, time is winding down to be a part of the 2021 State Amateur Baseball Tournament in Waconia, Chaska, and Hamburg. Get out and support your community, or if you just love the game of baseball and want to watch win or go home games at fantastic venues, there is nothing like tournament time. If you can't make it to the games, prepspotlight.tv/townball has all the games at affordable prices. Enjoy the tournament at the park or here on prepspotlight.tv. New pitcher coming out for the Greyhounds. It's going to be another one of their draftees. A left-hander. Going to get the number here for you, 22, so that's going to be Ben Keene. Pitches for Red Wing for the Aces. So the left-hander will come on, be the 3rd pitcher of the game here for the Greyhounds. Jan Carroll Gill got the start, and then Kemper came in and finished out the 5th inning and pitched the 6th. Threw a lot of pitches in that 6th inning, as St. Patrick sent 7 batters to the plate. So that's 18 batters who have come into the batter's box in the last 2 innings for St. Patrick. So they'll turn things over here to the left-hander, Kean. Ben Kean will face Zach Endress. First pitch misses low in the dirt. So Endress has yet to put the ball in play. He struck out looking twice and then was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded to drive in a run in that 4-run 5th inning for the Irish. A lot of green in the audience here today cheering for St. Patrick, a perennial state tournament participant. Just reading off the back of a number of the t-shirts sitting in front of us, going back to 1982, but in the 2000s it's been a heck of a run. Curveball just misses off the outside corner, 2-1. So state tournament appearances, if the t-shirts are accurate and true, 1, 02, 04, 05, 06, 08, and then 11, 12, 14, 15, 18, 19, 20, and 21 of 5 straight years. And state tournament appearances for the St. Patrick Irish as Andrus takes a pitch on the outside corner for a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes here. We play in the bottom half of the 7th inning. There's a line drive out into left center field. It's slicing away from the center fielder, Schumacher, and not being able to get over and cut that one off is Ciola. So a slicing double out into the left center field gap on a 2-2 offering by Zach Andrus. He's got his first hit of the ball game, the 6th for St. Patrick. So they finally matched their hit total with their run total. They scored 2 runs in the 6th inning without the benefit of any base hits. They did get 3 hits in their 4-run 5th inning. And now a leadoff double here. Opportunity maybe to put another run on the board. Kyle Rodas steps in. Rodas 1 for 3, grounded out to third. Flew out to right to end the 5th inning, the 10th batter to come up. So Rodas batted twice in that inning. Led the whole thing off with a double over the head of the left fielder, Alex Ciola. Takes a pitch in the dirt for a ball. Blocked nicely by Jimenez. Keep that base runner out there in second. Now Jimenez has to one-hop that one. Walks the ball part way out to the mound and tells Kean just to bring it down a little bit, compose yourself. Kind of saw the same thing after the big leadoff double by Rodas to start the 5th. Giancarlo Gill kind of got a little emotional on the mound, and that really led to that big inning. Now a fly ball out into right center field. Coming on is Schumacher, the center fielder. He's called off by the right fielder Torres, who misses it. So he cut in front of Schumacher, called for it. Schumacher gave way, and Torres put up the glove and just plain missed the ball falling out of the sky. It was hit well up into the air, and that's going to be an error charged to Torres. Really, that was probably Schumacher's ball to catch because he would have had the better momentum to make a throw, as Andrus was tagging at second base and was likely maybe to try to move up a base. And Torres cutting across in front, he would have had to have either thrown across his body or taken the time to stop, plant that foot, and make a throw. So really the center fielder there, Schumacher, should have taken charge of that ball and made the catch, but he gave way, and now ball trickles past Jimenez. Going to be a play at the plate, and it's not going to be in time. So ticked off the glove of Jimenez. Andrus got a good break on it. He had a race to the base with the pitcher Kean, and Andrus wins that race and comes across the plate with the 7th run of the inning. So again, an error charged against Austin comes back against them, and it allowed that base runner, who probably could or should still be out at second base, to move to third and then score on the wild pitch, as Ambrose, the catcher, steps in, and another pitch down low that Jimenez has to scrape out of the dirt. He takes his glove and whacks it against his thigh to get some of that dirt out of there. So it's been down in the dirt low where Kean has been missing, to whereas when Kemper came in, He missed 4 straight pitches way high out of the strike zone. Now 3 balls and no strikes on the 2-0 pitch. That's again down low from Kean. On the play, Rodas did move up to second base as they tried to throw Endress out at the plate, and another one in the dirt. So 4-pitch walk, all down low and in the dirt. So Jimenez will once again walk that ball partway out to his pitcher, Kean. Try to settle him down a little bit here, as he's given up a leadoff double and then a fly ball out into right center field that Torres called Schumacher off and then just missed catching the ball. That put runners at first and third. Then they score off the wild pitch, and then on a 4-pitch walk to Ambrose. They've got runners at first and second, and now Kean finds the strike zone here against Wires, who pinch hit for DeLuca. Walked and scored a run in the 6th, so he'll be second plate appearance for Wires here. Curveball. There's that one that spins around the plate that home plate umpire has been very consistent on today. He's not called that pitch a strike most of the day today. So it evens the count at 1-1. That one does catch the outside corner. So going right back to that breaking ball, that backdoor breaking ball is Kean, and he gets that one in for a strike to get ahead of Wires. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Runners at first and second for the Irish. And a curveball is swung on and missed for strike 3. The Wires, 3 consecutive curveballs from Kean, and he gets into swing well out in front of that 1-2 offering. And the strikeout is out number 2 of this bottom half of the 7th inning. St. Patrick has added 1 more after 4 consecutive zeros were put on the board. It now shows 4, a 2, and a 1 in the 5th, 6th, and 7th. There go the runners. Great jump there. No throw is even going to be made by Jimenez, as Rodas just got a fantastic jump from second base. Actually, if Jimenez would have taken a look out there at second, Ambrose didn't get nearly the same break that Rodas did, and he probably could have thrown it down to second and easily thrown out Ambrose, but he was thinking initially, immediately, I got to throw that guy out at third base. But in that situation, with the catcher out there running at second, would not have been a bad play to throw behind that runner going to third and try to throw out the runner going to second, and now uncorking a wild one behind the pitcher Westman and all the way to the backstop is going to allow another run to score on a wild pitch. So St. Patrick scores their second run of the inning, both on wild pitches. They scored a run in the 6th inning off a wild pitch. So 3 consecutive runs scored by the St. Patrick Irish, all on wild pitches charged against Austin Greyhound pitching. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. Old chopper foul off the bat of Westman. Westman walked and scored in the 5th. Reached on the throwing error by the third baseman Molina, but was credited with a sacrifice on the play as he bunted it down that third baseline. So 0 for 1 officially on the day, but scored 2 runs. And a curveball is called a strike. So Westman's going to give a little bit of a wry smile to the home plate umpire to say, you have not called that pitch a strike all day long, and now you're going to call it on me. Even the count at 2-2, but he kind of smiled and nodded his head a little bit back at the home plate umpire. And there's a curveball that just misses low and away. So now we go full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 1 away here. Runner is at third base as Ambrose moved up to third when Rhoda scored on the wild pitch. Working from the windup. And a check swing, and they say yes, he went. They are going to have to throw it down to first, and they do get the out there. So the strikeout of Westman on the check swing requires a toss down to the first baseman, Nelson, but Jimenez makes a good soft throw down there to the bag, and they're able to get the out. So now 2 runs in the bottom half of the 7th inning, tacked on to 2 in the 6th and 4 in the 5th, and St. Patrick has opened this one up now, 8-0. Be interesting to see if they send Colin Denk back out there or if they decide to put him away and how the pitch gets past Jimenez. But the catcher, Ambrose, down at third, does not break for the plate. That ball just rolled slowly back to the backstop. Ambrose could have probably walked home by the time Jimenez got it, but Ambrose had no intention of going anywhere from third base, so he'll stay right there. It's 1-1 now to Fregis. Fregis up here now already for the 5th plate appearance in just the bottom half of the 7th inning. Curveball misses down and in. So as Kemper did, Kean kind of laboring here the later stages of this one. Giancarlos Gill gave Austin a great start. 4 scoreless innings, but then St. Patrick opened things up, and now here's a fly ball down the right field line. Drifting over is Torres, and he'll handle this one. And that'll do it for the Irish in the bottom half of the 7th inning, but they had a couple of more runs to lead this one 8-0. We're going to head to the top half of the 8th inning, and it looks like they are going to make a pitching change. So we'll have that for you when we come back to Waconia after this timeout on PrepSpotlight.tv.
All summer long, you have gathered with friends, neighbors, and family at ball yards all across Minnesota.
Still going, gone, a home run.
Diamonds that decorate and help define hundreds of communities. Town Ball binds together our passion for baseball in our hometowns. And on September 11th, the cornerstone of Minnesota baseball, Target Field, will host a party for all those who play, watch, and support Town Ball. The Twins host the Royals at 6:10 p.m. Prior to the game, the newly crowned state amateur champs will be honored at the Town Ball Tavern and during a pregame ceremony. Wear your team colors and enjoy a special night at Target Field.
The 0-2 pitch. Strike 3! Fairmont, state champions in 2020.
To the Fairmont Martins. They are your 2020.
For tickets to the Twins' Tip of the Cap to Town Ball on September 11th, visit twinsbaseball.com/townball.
All right, so it'll be the left-hander, Luke Tupi, who will take over on the mound for the Irish. And what a start the Irish got today from their starter, Colin Denk. He'll go 7 strong innings, give up just 1 hit, walked just 1, and struck out 9. He will leave after retiring 11 Greyhound batters in a row. The last batter to reach base was a 1-out walk in the top half of the 4th inning by Mark Harbor. Since then, it's been nothing but up and down for Greyhound batters. The first pitch from Tupi is turned around, hit hard over the head of the left fielder, Westman, by Torres. And he greets Tupi with a ringing double off the wall in left field. So that ball really carried out there. Got up over the head of Westman. One hopped off the wall, and Eric Torres was into second with a leadoff double for Austin, just their second hit of the game. And Anthony Ciola will step in to be the 19-year-old left-hander. Pitches for St. Cloud State University. New Prague High School. And this is up and away to Ciola. 2 balls and no strikes now. The number 8 hitter, Anthony Ciola. Tupi's got 8 runs to play with here, but you'd like to see him come out and throw strikes. Torres, first pitch swinging, ripped a double out to left field, but now falling behind Anthony Ciola. 3 balls and no strikes is the left-hander Tupi, and misses down and in. So the first 2 batters reach base for the Greyhounds. It looks like we're going to get a pinch hitter here for Austin. It'll be number 33, Angel Santiago, who's going to hit for Schumacher. So Angel Santiago will be the pinch hitter here in the top half of the 8th inning. Schumacher will leave after having grounded out to shortstop and second base, so 0 for 2 for the center fielder Schumacher. So Santiago steps in with broken bat. They're going to go to third to get one there, and back across the diamond, not in time. There was a little broken bat, one hopper right back to Tupi. He decided to go to third and get the lead runner Torres, which meant a much longer throw across the diamond to try to get Santiago doubling up. Normally you'd think that Tupi would take that ball to second base, shorten up that throw to try to complete the double play. It was hit right back to him, so you'd have thought that he would have had time to turn and go to second for more a conventional double play, but instead decided to get that third runner. Now they throw it behind Santiago. Kyle Rodas has to one-hop that throw from Ambrose as Santiago scampered back into the bag after that pitch missed outside here to Alex Ciola. Ciola has one of the 2 hits on the day. And pitch misses up and away, so Tupi showing a little body language there, kind of shrug of the shoulders, not angry by any stretch, but just disappointed that he's not been able to really find the strike zone. And that one skips away from the catcher Ambrose, and the runners are going to move up 90 feet apiece. Anthony Ciola to third. Santiago out there to second. 3-0 count now to Alex Ciola. So the left-hander Tupi struggling a little bit here with his command after coming in relief for Colin Dank. Does find the outside corner with that one. And a 5-pitch walk to Alex Ciola, who will load the bases now. They did have a base open there for the leadoff hitter Ciola, but when you're up by 8, you don't want to allow any more base runners. Now we're going to get a pinch runner down there at first base. So Andrew Schumacher will come in and pinch run for Alex Ciola. Castro will step in. Pitch misses high off the glove of Ambrose, but not taking any chances over there at third base is Anthony Ciola. They most definitely need the base runners, so unless you're sure you can get that base, probably a wise move by Ciola to hold his spot there at third base. He would definitely doesn't want to get gunned down at the plate. Well, I think he probably could have scored without problem. Down by 8, you want to make 100% sure that you'd make it. So he just held his spot there as Castro swings and misses at a fastball from Tupi. Even the count at 1-1. Bases loaded here. Austin down by 8, but trying to work their way back into it. Tupi misses up and away, so 2 balls and 1 strike to Castro. Castro has struck out twice and grounded out to second. And a swing and a miss. The fastball got in on the hands of Castro there. So 2 balls and 2 strikes now to the number 2 hitter in the order for the Greyhounds. They need base runners. They won't hold the runner on over there at first. Rodas is kind of at the edge of the grass. Foul back and out of play to the right. Third baseman Andrus even with the bag, and then double play depth up the middle. With Bromer and Friedgen. And a swing and a miss. Now they throw behind the runner again, down to first, and this time Rodas has to block it like a goaltender, knock it down. But for whatever reason, Matt Ambrose thinks that he can throw behind those runners at first and pick them off, but all that room down the line, I would just hang on to that baseball. 2 away now as Castro strikes out for the 3rd time this afternoon, and Nestor Jimenez will step in. 0 for 3 on the day for Jimenez. Hit it hard the last time, but on a line right at the left fielder Westman. And a swing and a miss, so now Tupi kind of settled in a little bit here and finding the strike zone against Castro and Jimenez. No balls and 2 strikes. 2 away here, and he tries to go upstairs, but left that one out over the heart of the plate. Jimenez fouled it back, so I think Tupi wanted to elevate that fastball a little higher than what he did there. Kind of left it over the heart of the plate, but Jimenez just fouled it back and out of play. Now that one he does climb the ladder and eyeballs of Jimenez, but he watches that one go by, so 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here, 2 away, bases loaded, and again a foul back and out of play to the right. So Jimenez staying alive here against Tupi, trying to get Austin on the board. They trail at 8-0 here, 2 outs, top half of the 8th inning. Left-hander Tupi, curveball's a little chopper. It's going to be a tough play, not going to be able to be made, I wouldn't think, but no! Fantastic play by Bromer as he gets Jimenez. I guess I should have considered that is the catcher running down the line, but the chopper got past Tupi, which made me think that that was going to be a very difficult play to get the runner at first, but it was a charging Zach Bromer who came up with it, threw a strike over to Kyle Rodas, and they got Jimenez by a step, hustling down the line. So after loading the bases with just 1 out, Austin is unable to come up with any runs in their half of the 8th inning. So we're through 7.5. The top seed out of their region, Region 3A3. It's the St. Patrick Irish 8 and Austin. No score back after this timeout on PrepSpotlight.tv.
Celebrate the end of the 2021 Town Ball season. Join your teammates, rivals, and ball fans from around the state at the Twins game on September 11th. Special ticket pricing for Town Ball players and fans. Salutes to the newly crowned champs and a very fun night at the ballpark. Order your tickets at twinsbaseball.com/townball and wear your town's team colors to Target Field on September 11th.
All right, I might have called him Zach Bromer. Can't even read my own handwriting. Cal Bromer. And as you often see in baseball, guy makes a great play in the field, and he will be the next one up. But as I see the manager for St. Patrick, Brent Garacki, talking to the home plate umpire, and I see number 14, Bryce Simon, with a bat in his hands. Look like we're going to get a pinch hitter here for Cal Bromer. Bromer's played a very good second base out there for St. Patrick. 1 for 4 on the day at the plate. Remember, he's the one who hit that ball down the right field line that Torres had a long run, made a dive for. The bases were loaded, and the home plate umpire called it foul, much to the chagrin of the St. Patrick dugout. And then on the next pitch, Bromer struck out, gave some well wishes and intentions to the home plate umpire as he was going back to the dugout, but Seth Ambrose really picked him up with a 2 RBI single to turn what was just a 1-0 lead into a 3-0 lead for the Irish, and they've now built it up to an 8-0 lead over the Greyhounds. And Ben Keehan is out for his second inning of work here. Kind of labored through the 7th inning, giving up a couple of runs. Was not helped by a dropped fly ball out in right field. And 2 balls and no strikes to the pinch hitter Simon. At 2-0, he spins a curveball in there for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. St. Patrick trying to work their way into the round of 16. Chopper down the first base line. Haven't heard any sort of update from over at Chaska. Early in that one, Young America was ahead of Ortonville 5-0 in just the second inning of play. So the winner of this one gets the winner of that one. We'll try to find out what's going on over at Chaska and give you an update, as the winner of this game will play the winner of that one next weekend, as they go down from 16 teams to a state champion on Labor Day weekend. So reaching out and shooting that one foul down the right field line is Simon, so stays alive at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 16 games played over the course of this weekend, and then they'll play her down from the round of 16. 15 games next weekend, culminating in the state championship game right back here at Lions Field in Waconia at noon on Labor Day Monday, September the 6th. St. Patrick trying to work their way one step closer to that state championship game. Swing and a miss by Simon. The ball's in the dirt. Jimenez throws it on down to Nelson, and they get the strikeout of Simon. So Keehan with his 3rd strikeout here in his second inning of work. And now it's Ambrose, who's had a very good day at the plate. Singled in the first, was stranded right there at first. Then his big RBI line drive single up the middle plated 2 runs in that 4-run 5th. And St. Patrick has really never looked back from that point. Tacked on 5 more runs and lead Austin 8-0 here. 1 out, bottom half of the 8th inning. 3 more outs to get for St. Patrick to move their way into the round of 16. Joined Waconia and Dumont, who were both winners last night, as Keene bounces one in the dirt to go 2 balls and no strikes on Ambrose. So just the 1 game last weekend, the 1 game this weekend. So as you prepare for that run over Labor Day weekend, both of these teams, all of these teams that advance, should have fresh arms to get through what you need to win 4 games in 4 days to become our Class C state champion. That's where the pitching depth really gets tested. Doesn't really get tested too much here in these early round games because there's just 1 game each weekend between the opening round game and this being the first game of the tournament for St. Patrick, as they got a bye into the second round. Benefit of being their region champion. Keene goes off speed on a curveball at 3-0 and gets it in for a strike, and now off speed as well to Ambrose, who chops it off of his foot out in front of home plate, but foul. So now we go full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. That game next weekend, Saturday at 4:30, and they turn around and play again right away at 11 o'clock on Sunday morning. As Keene spins one well off the outside part of the plate. So a 1-out walk for Ambrose, the 4th time that Ambrose has been on base today for this Irish of St. Patrick, and Fregis will step in. Fregis 0 for 3 on the day. Popped out to the shortstop, grounded into a fielder's choice, 4-6. More of a line drive than a ground ball, but in any case. Got the force out at second. Walked in the 5th, and now struck out in the 6th, and takes the first offering for a strike from Keene. They don't hold the base runner on over there at first. Curveball gets in on the hands of Fregis, and he can just pull it foul down that third base line. We got a new second baseman out there for Austin at number 12. Get that defensive change for you here. Jack Dahman is out there as a swing and a miss and a strikeout. Fregis strikes out for the 2nd consecutive at-bat. And Zach Endress will step in. Endress led off the 7th inning with a slicing double out into the left center field gap and came around to score. So 1 for 3 with a run scored and an RBI in this one. His RBI was hard earned as he was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded. But nonetheless, drove in a run for the Irish. Pitch misses low and away. Again, they do not hold Ambrose on over there at first. New first baseman is Jack Molina. So a few defensive changes. Looks like Castro stayed in the game and is playing third base. So it's Josh Molina, who is no longer in the game for the Greyhounds, as Keene misses low there. So 3 balls and no strikes to Andrus. And that one's in the dirt. We'll go back to the screen. Ambrose over at first didn't really look like he had any intention of going anywhere, even on that pass ball or wild pitch, if you will. But it was ball 4, so he just trotted his way down to first. And Kyle Rodas will step in. Rodas 1 for 3, but has scored 2 runs. He led off the bottom half of the 5th with the double, and that really kind of was the impetus to get Jean-Carol Gill kind of out of his rhythm. And Gill was unable to complete that inning. As St. Patrick put up 4 runs In the fifth, here's a drive out into left center field. That's headed for the gap. That's going to one-hop the wall. One run is in. Here comes the next run for the Irish. It's a 2 RBI double for Kyle Rodas. And that is going to do it on the 10-run rule here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Rodas with his second double of the game drives in a couple more runs. That's 3 RBIs on the day for Rodas. And on the 10-run rule, this game will go final. Actually kind of snuck up on me a little bit there. I wasn't really considering that the 10-run rule was in effect with a couple of base runners on base there for St. Patrick, but with the 2 RBI double out into that left center field gap, Kyle Rodas will put the end to this one on a 10-run rule for the St. Patrick Irish, and they are on to the round of 16. They'll await the winner of Young America and Ortonville. So another one of the top seeds, a region winner, is able to advance on their first game of the tournament. And it's the St. Patrick Irish who win it by a score of 10-0. We'll be back to wrap this one up for you from Lions Field in Waconia after this quick word from PrepSpotlight.tv.
Amateur baseball is one of Minnesota's great sporting traditions. The state tournament brings together hundreds of communities in late summer at great ballparks all around the state. Coverage of every game can be found on PrepSpotlight.tv. PrepSpotlight.tv's coverage of today's state tournament game is made possible by the Minnesota Baseball Association, and also with help from the Minnesota Twins. Celebrate Town Ball with the Twins on September 11th. Visit twinsbaseball.com/townball for details. Now let's get to the ballpark.
So they're having an interview here with the player of the game, Colin Denk. Starting pitcher will listen in on that interview.
So next weekend, you guys will be advancing on. Looks to be playing Young America, 2 teams on the fast track to the championship game. What's your thought and your approach going into next week?
We're really excited based on last year's really tricky game on people there, so we're can't wait for it.
Here you go, Colin Dick, everybody, your player of the game. Brought to you by Gabriel
All right, so the player of the game, Colin Denk, starting pitcher for St. Patrick. He goes 7 strong innings, gives up just 1 hit, strikes out 9. He gets the offensive support as the St. Patrick Irish were shut out for the first 4 innings, but 4 in the 5th, 2 each in the 6th, 7th, and 8th, and they close out a 10-0 victory over the Austin Greyhounds. Great season for Austin. They're able to win a game here in this state tournament, but their season will end today, and St. Patrick will move on. They will play Young America. The Cardinals knock off the top seed from Region 9, the Ortonville Rocks, 11-3 over in Chaska. So it'll be a date next Saturday at 4:30 in Chaska for the Young America Cardinals and the St. Patrick Irish in the round of 16 here in this Class C state tournament. So St. Patrick puts on an offensive explosion in the last 4 innings of this one, and they close out a 10-0 8-run, 10-run rule win over the Austin Greyhounds, and we'll move on in this state tournament. So it was a privilege to bring you this one from Lions Field in Waconia. We got game number 2 of the afternoon coming up here next. If you've got the package, make sure that you join us for that one, as game number 2 here from Waconia will pit the Princeton Panthers against the Watkins Clippers. Princeton, the number 2 seed out of Region 1, advanced when they beat St. Stephen. And waiting for them was the winner of Region 11, the Watkins Clippers. And it'll be the Panthers and the Clippers here coming up after they get the field prepared. We'll have it for you here on PrepSpotlight.tv. If you got the package, make sure you come back and join us. If you joined us for this first game, you saw the St. Patrick Irish advance with a 10-run rule, 10-0 victory in 8 innings over the Austin Greyhounds. So from Lions Field in Waconia, game number 1 is in the books. We'll be back with game number 2 for you. And from Waconia, we bid you a good afternoon.